Hey guys, TARDIS IT guy here. We're gonna go over some messing with Mushi here. Somebody has sent us in a script. Red, who's on my Discord, sent me in a Mushi script she'd like a little hand with, so we're gonna take a look at it. Wrong key. Wrong key again. Let's take a look again. Alright. Hail Exile, welcome to the Riverside Ferry. So we're gonna be booking passage. Travel east down the river. I see I can do things. Let's see, where am I going? You know what? This is probably going to use a couple of things inside, so let's actually go into it. I don't know why I actually just didn't go into it to begin with, but whatever. Let's give it a second to load up here. Okay. I think we're loaded. Looking good. See some brokens already. Maybe it's not finished yet. Let's see. And for everyone, second set of unlinked. Players bring back a specific item instead of using a map room binding to Baubles. You must go to the area and get an item from that area, and you'll have access to the caravan walk there. Very interesting. I kind of like that. I mean, it's not really all that different from actually clicking on the obelisk to prove that you've gone there. But I understand the intent. It's very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look here at the code. We read that. There was a wait node. I noticed that my option didn't pop up right away. Travel east, west down the river. So I guess this is set up somewhere along the middle away. What would you like to know? I'd like to know what lies to the west. I'd like to take the ferry east towards the jungle. I think I've changed my mind. Shortest path first, always. I think I've chosen right and on closed dialogue. Very good. End of story. I'd like to know what lies to the west. I'd like to take the ferry east. Let's see which one's shorter. And the bottom one's shorter. I'd like to take the ferry east towards the jungle. Very well. I'll take you as far as Vagabond Rock. From there, Ezekiel can take you further into the jungle. I like that you're kind of forcing them to go ahead and wait, make sure they read it and wait for the options to come up. That's very good. It'll cost you a single bronze, thank you. Okay. So, the issue you're going to have right here, and it's a stupid issue because there's no doubt that your player is going to start with at least one bronze, if not more. So they'll have it. That probably won't be an issue. But if you ever want to use this script and just modify some text here and there, this might not work if they don't have enough of the funds. So if they come in here and you ask them for 10 bronze and they only have 2, well, it's not going to take it, and it's just going to continue on. I also see here that you have Warp Player. I think it's going to automatically close. Oh, okay. Okay. So you have this ticked off here for the Keep Mushi engine loaded. That is... it's kind of dangerous right now. When you do that, if you do not close the dialogue or use the close dialogue, actually you have text here, so this is never going to show. It's going to close before this even shows, and this engine is just going to keep running in the background. It's going to pop back to the beginning, and it's going to sit there, and it's going to kill you. I don't think this isn't working the way I think you think it's working. When the player gets warped, the screen's going to give up the Pippi. I mean, I guess we could try it. You know what? We'll test it. We'll test it. But what you definitely need to have a closed dialogue after this. This is not doing what you think, and I think you think it's doing. But I will test it. I'm on a local save version of the game, so I'm not worried about it blowing up my server or our server, Bunky. Well, it's your server. What am I doing? Action, close. Let's throw in an option first. Well, I have to do this. All right, so let's do the close dialogue. We'll do the option node. Okay, thank you. But I'm pretty sure that this closed dialogue is going to close the actual dialogue interface that the player has, and it's going to keep the actual script running in the background. I'm not so far. I can't see any reason why you would want to keep that open. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's test. This is all about messing with Mushi, so let's go ahead and test and see what happens. So now I'm going to need a warp. So we'll put a set warp here. I never even set these. Whatever, doesn't matter. I should have vagabond. Vagabond. Hold on. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. Back. Vagabonds. See, I was completely off. So this is the one we're testing. Yeah, so the dialogue closed. So I never got that extra bit. I mean, I guess I should test it the other way as well, the way you had it. But I seriously doubt it's going to work that way. So I'll just pull this over here, break the link, save and quit, apply and close. Let's chat again. Thank you. So you never actually get the rest of that dialogue that you have in there. So I understand your intent with that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible without maybe putting her on the other side as well and having the player just talk to her again to get... Things right here I do not wish... I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to, like, add in something for her to maybe send her back, you know, there's really not a problem with putting the same thespian in two locations. But, yeah, I would definitely uncheck that. You don't need it, and this is gonna end anyway. Let's close mine. Let's get rid of mine stuff here. And I'll leave it there, but, you know, when I send it back to you, I'm just going to break it because this is not going to do anything. Okay, that ends that part, let's try some more stuff here. Now, I've been getting some feedback that my mic volume is kind of low, so just let me know if it's getting any better. I keep raising the volume, but I don't want to blow out anybody's ears. And it gets kind of loud in here. In my office, I have a heater running, and the fan on my machine is kind of loud too, so forgive me on that. I'd like to know what lies to the west. A dangerous tribe of flesh eaters, and beyond them the dregs. I can take you as far as the end of the river, or perhaps just a little ways beyond the dregs, but no farther. Okay, so the way this lines up, you're never going to see this. It's actually going to blip for a second, and then this is going to pop in. So you have to use the append. You did it before. I saw it somewhere else. Here it is. You did it before. So I'm guessing it's just a oops. But I don't quite understand how you're going to... let me just continue on. Okay. Just take me to the end of the river. That'll be a bronze coin. Okay, I explained before how you should probably check to make sure that they have what you want. Especially here, look, you're asking for 5. So, if they don't have 5 bronze, then they're going to be able to go anyway. It'll remove 5 bronze. It'll just make them negative 5 bronze. And it'll warp them. That'll be a bronze coin. There's a way station there where you can stock up. Okay, interesting. Remove funds. You warp the player. And then everything else that happens here actually doesn't happen. Nothing happens. And again, you have the Mushi engine loaded, and you don't have to. Never. Yeah. Oh, I see it here too. I'm just going to go ahead and uncheck it. So anything that happens after this point right here doesn't happen. Nothing here is going to happen. None of this. Warping the player is automatically closing the dialogue. So, there you have it. Okay, and that's the end of that line. We can come back. I'd like you to take me to Beyond the Dregs. Oh, for goodness sake. Nope, don't want to talk. Sorry. Where was I before I was so rudely interrupted with thirst? Speaking of which. Okay, I'd like you to take me to Dregs, Beyond the Dregs. Very well, you'll have to walk west and northly to get to the Lost Caravan. That'll be 5 bronze. You remove the funds. Again, like I said, you're missing a check to make sure that they have the required funds. Now, you could do that in a number of ways. You could do that afterwards by, after they say that'll be 5 bronze, give them the check, and if they fail the check, say, oh, you don't seem to have the money or the item or the whatever. Or you could do it at the very beginning, saying, I could take you to the dregs, but unfortunately you don't have enough funds for that, and never get this far down the line. Okay, and then you're going to warp them to Silver Trail. Well, you didn't test the warps, but that we didn't really need to. And again, once you've done this action node, everything that happens after it doesn't happen. None of this happens. This all becomes broken. Again, I think it's a great idea, and I think that you'd be better served to put in this, a duplicate Desvian just like this on both ends of the warp. You know, so from where you're warping from to where you're warping to, so on both ends of that, and just have the player talk to them once they get there, and, you know, continue on with the conversation. Maybe if it's the first time that they're there, or their first trip or whatever, then they can come back. I see you left a note. I'm going to come back to that in a second here. I just want to quickly glance through and make sure there's nothing else that we're missing. Bounce to 75. What was that? I think we missed something. Are there any other routes? Is this the middle one? Did I not do the middle one? I'd like to take the ferry towards... Very well, I'll take you as far as Vagabond Rock. Alright, let's go. Oh, I did miss something. Oh, are there any other routes I can take? Aye, there are. The other 3 caravans are the Lost Caravan, the Frostwolf Clan, and the Vagabond Rock. As well as several way stations along the way with supplies at the ready. I think you're missing an append here. I think you actually intended this to be something to keep note of. If you want this to be the start of another line, you have to make sure you put the return on the other end. And don't worry if it starts doing that fluttery thing. That's you can ignore it if you can. If you can, you just put another couple of characters somewhere at the end, at the beginning. It doesn't matter. It's just as a specific number. I forget what it is and why, but it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, so you wait 2 seconds, as well as several way stations along the way. We're going to append the supplies at the ready. What else can I tell you? You know what, let's put that as another append. There's no reason why it couldn't all be in the same, but that's fine. I'm gonna wait 2 seconds. I'd like to know about specific areas. Bounce 75. Okay, there's your bounce 75. And the bounce 75 takes me over here. What are the tributaries? Is there nothing else? There are 2 tributaries travel north from the Southern River. Interesting. You know what, let me go back and read this note you left over here real quick. Globar doesn't seem to fit here. I'm just not sure the proper syntax placement. There needs to be a check for a quest in order to give the player the ability to access the menu from the obelisk warps, and some means of marking the player so all the thespians will look at them and let them have access to the obelisk warps. So you're going to put in... Okay, so I take it you are planning to put in... are you trying to avoid map rooms? I mean... obelisk warps. If the idea is to... Oh, okay, I see where you're... Okay, let me continue on. What are the tributaries? There are 2 major tributaries that travel north from the Southern River, connecting to another shallow stretch of water. They are the western and eastern tributaries. What about the western tributary north? How about the eastern tributary north? Western travels up from the river beyond a waterfall. There lies Drunkard's Way. Dangerous area. I think you missed your append again. That's fine. Ah, there it is. What? Watch. Oh, you're not gonna let me do it, huh? It doesn't matter. It's a good conceal like that. Actually, you know what we can do is we can go like that, right? That'll stop. And then at the beginning of this one, just put the entry. You skirt the eastern edge of the unnamed city and can reach the den eventually. Alright, as strong as danger. Yeah, Black Hand seems to... Black Ant seems to be everywhere there. The route takes you to the Black Galleon and further. Okay, these are your comments. Okay. So, whatever their response is, blah, 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 blah. You want to... Is there nothing else? There are other caravans throughout the lands. Closer than others. Tell me more, please. They each have their own destinations. In some places, you'll have to make connecting routes. Why does it feel like I'm pulling teeth here? You must prove yourself worthy before I can share certain places with you. Okay, so you don't really need to use global variables here. Actually, what you want to be using for this is quest tags. So my suggestion for this scenario is you give them, instead of the condition, the global variable condition, you give them a condition node has quest, obelisk 1, and then, you know, true would go there, false would go here, and then when they come back and they've completed this abysmal quest, then you give them the obelisk quest. So when they come in, they'll see that they've, or you could do this as has completed quest. To make it even simpler, abysmal. Alright? So this would replace this. Right? True, false. They come in, they don't have this completed. So they come in, they get this information, they get the quest, I shall return. And then close the dialogue, move on. If they come back, you'll need to have a check at the very beginning, obviously. I think you probably know this. You'll need to have in front of this, in here, you'll need to have a condition node to check has quest abysmal, and you can come back to, like, you know, whatever the continuation of this quest down here that you're sending them on is. Because when they come back, they're not going to want to go through all that again. They're going to want to come back and just be remembered for who they are, and that they've talked to this person already, and what they want to do. So actually, you might want to have two things here. So I'm going to, just for space reasons, I'm just going to move this over here. Alright, and I'm going to put that, and I'm also going to put a condition node has completed quest, and I'm going to put abysmal. Now, if they have the quest, great. Did they complete it? No. Well, then we need to send them on the way to what to do to complete it, or give them more information, or even just reminding them of what to do, because as we know, we don't have a quest log, so sometimes you're not going to remember what did I need over here on this quest. Let me go back to that person and talk to them again. And this is just a quick way of doing that. On the true side, however, you just go you know, this might be, if they, no, forgive me. If they have the quest and they come back, they're going to say, you know, the first check is going to be, do they have the quest? Are they here to turn it in, right? Have they completed the quest is going to be, you know, the true or false here. So they haven't completed, but they've come back. Have you come back? Then you can ask something like, have you found what you needed? Have you found the Fang? And then have your options of, yes, I have, here it is, yes, here it is. Or option, no, not yet, I need, actually, I mean, I'm not trying to rewrite the whole thing, I don't want to do that. You could also put in a condition node here, has item, for whatever the abysmal thing is. Let's look it up. Let's just put it in here. Man. So true goes to both, no only goes to one. And then you can continue on and complete the quest for the obelisk. Now, I would suggest mapping out all your areas that you want to be sending players to do and what you want them to get in return. Because when you start doing this, you're going to need to do this for each quest. So you're going to need to figure out how many times you have to do this and how you're going to cycle through these to find out what they're there for. Now, an option would be to, I'm just going to move that out of the way. You know, you have your origin node. Is you're going to be, when you first talk to them, it's going to be, who are you? You could do a who are you type question, and then follow that up with first run dialogue. Like a tutorial on how to use this thespian, how the player will use this thespian. And then you can have other options, but these options are going to be, so you have a condition, you know, has quest, I don't know what you want to call it. What are these called? Caravan tutorial. So if it's false, then they get that, and you can do all your has quest. These guys, abysmal, true. I'm here to turn in ... And you just list these out, and then these would come off of here, so you would sync, you know, link these all up like this. So now the player first comes in, maybe they'll get even just like a normal hello, greetings, exile. Greetings, exile. And then from here, you can go into these condition nodes to give them the options that are only available to them if they have the various quests. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I was clear enough. And when you get back around to it, and you can actually take a look at this, you'll be able to see what I'm saying. I hope this helps. I hope that this helps other people too. If you've got a quest you want me to take a look at, or a Mushiko you want me to take a look at, I will certainly do it. And we can take a look and see what's going on. And I can do it live, and we'll share it out and see how you do. All right? So go ahead and you can hit my Discord and let me know what's going on. And all right. So long. Have fun. Take care, guys.